Good morning all, it's Lynn here from LML Apothecary. I do hope that today finds you well. Today I'm actually going to be unboxing a new tarot deck that I purchased. It's called Magical Herb Oracle and it's made by Sherilyn Darcy and illustrated by Dear Dandy, and it's produced or published by Rockpool. So the back says, the Magical Herb Oracle brings the precious secrets and ancient wisdom of herbs for you to explore while immersing your soul, body and spirit in real nature magic. You will learn how to create powerful magic and rituals for everyday purposes, or you can consult the herbs within this deck to construct traditional oracle readings that will help you find divine answers and support. Now, I actually bought this to help or to use within my magical practice, not necessarily for its divination purposes, although I probably will use it for that as well. But the main reason I bought it was to use in my magical practice. Well, that was the aim anyway. Let's see if it will work that way. It certainly says on the cover that it will. Pop that out of the way. So the box is quite solid. It's probably, I don't know, 4 inches by 3 inches in size. We obviously get a guidebook. That to one side while we just have a look at the guidebook. So the guidebook, open it properly. It has a table of contents, which is good because, but I think they're all numbered as well, but we'll check that out when we get there. I'll just read you the introduction. I do not think you can garden without planting herbs. My gardens are filled with a dance of flowers, delicious vegetables and fruits, and are surrounded by strong supportive trees. But I can't imagine what any garden I created would be without the weaving of herbs to bring it all together. They are all so different in level, tone and appearance, a rainbow of greens and delight of colours in textures from the softest lamb's ear velvet to the slippery gloss of a sheet of ice. The rich and wondrous fragrance of herbs is the music of the garden that enchants, soothes and delights while inviting us to lean in a little closer and explore the botanical world with them. There is magic right there, because even before plucking a single leaf, the act of creating a herb garden holds great power. It is in connection with nature that is deep and powerful. Walk through the majestic forests and the protective secrets of the ancients will envelop you, and you will feel it. Lie in a field of wildflowers and bathe in the possibilities, and it will hold your heart. Wander softly along a desert path and you will learn continuance and promise. Plants hold meanings for themselves and their world, but these notes are yours too, because that you share their environment. You are part of the great universal relationship between all living things. Plant magic, real magic, is there for you to learn and live by. All you need to do is listen to the language of the plants. All of my work is based on the language of flowers and plants. My research is continuous as I seek the earliest indications of the ethnobotanical connections that bring this dialect alive for us again. The meanings describe the qualities of the flowers and their plants, and so open a conversation between us. Hopefully this dialogue can assist us to greater understanding, so that the plants can benefit as much as we can from their gifts. If you wish to converse with nature, though, you must be on an equal part of the conversation, listening, bending and learning, and not just taking and changing and telling. My hope is that this deck of cards will open and continue a divine and illuminative conversation between you and the botanical world, so that you may not only find support for yourself, but that you may be the blessing to nature that is now so desperately needed, by Sherilyn Darcy. So that's beautiful. Now, if we go past that, we've got how to use the guidebook. We've got casting spells with the deck, and this is what drew my interest. I mainly work with herbs in my magical practice at this point in time. Garden Day Spread, Magical Herb Oracle. So then we get into the actual oracle side of it. So we have a picture in the corner, we have the name and the number, what the actual herb is. So abundance, this one is 1, abundance, wild yam, Dioscorea velosa. Then you've got its oracle meanings, you've got the botanical description, you've got its magical correspondences, its deities, planets, signs, elements, and then a wild yam abundance spell. So I think this is going to be really powerful for my magical practice, and that's the main reason that I bought this particular deck. And then, so the total number of pages that we have, this is the illustrated, Dear Dandy, Acaceline Lenezette. She's from France, in Brittany, and she's into all things vintage, which I can tell from the drawings are very vintagey, I should say, inspired. Then we have a glossary at the back, a bibliography also, and the total number of pages are 114. So not a huge guidebook, but you know, there's 3 pages to every card by the looks of things. Yep, or 2 to 3 pages, I should say. So some have 2 and some have more. Yeah, so lots of beautiful diagrams inside as well. That's lovely. Oh, it's the outline of the image that's on. Oh no, it's not. It's completely different. Well, there you go. I could also use that in my art practice as well, so as a guide. Lovely. So that's Magical Herbs. It does have a very vintagey feel to it, given the cover of the book as well. Just pop those out of the way, and then we'll get into the cards themselves. So it's got like a plastic sleeve. Now this is the back of the deck, which is just beautiful. Look at that. The cardstock is pretty typical for rock pool. It's firm but flexible, quite thin. But I think so far my other rock pool decks have really stood up well to time. Now normally for me, I normally trim my cards because I have a really small hand, and you know, shuffling large oracle cards or tarot cards is really difficult for me. Plus two, I don't like the borders on things, although this one really doesn't have it. So if we look at the first card that we have, it's almost like you know, what you would do in your journal, like a collage type effect. So there's an underdrawing, then the plant itself, and then the transparency of, you know, like a specimen that's being taped to a page. Now I could trim this, and I may well do so, although the actual frame around it is quite, it's not impeding my eye, but you know, it also may just make it that little bit better. So if it's probably, I don't know, maybe maybe 3/4 of a, or no, it's not quite 1/2 centimetre on each side, probably 1/2 centimetre on the top and the bottom. Doesn't actually look like it's been printed quite straight on the card, to tell you the truth. But anyway, I may still do that, and I usually ink the edges as well, And that just makes the cards my own, right? You know, these cards are mine to use, and I like them to feel really good in my hand. So anyway, that's what I might do. Now we'll start going through the cards. So we have Abundance, number 1, Wild Yam. We have Acceptance, Valerian. That's beautiful. Look at the colours in that. Oh, look. You can see in the background, like the eyes are closed in Acceptance. Then we have Activation, so Yerba Mate, and this has got like cogs, wheels in the background, as in, you know, things are turning, being activated. Beautiful drawings. I like the fact that there's layers to the imagery. We've got Attraction, which has a magnet in the back, and this is Parsley. We have Awakening. This is Golden Seal, and we have the eyes open in the background. We have Balance. This is Passion Flower, and you can see that there are scales in the background. Beautiful imagery. We have Calm with the you know, peace stones or meditation stones, and this is Chamomile. We have Change, which is Elder. It'd be interesting to see if the meanings actually correspond to the Ogham, or Ogham I should say, meanings, because Elder is one of those in the Ogham divination set as well. So I might check that out a bit later. But Change, so we've got like little windmills in the back, you know, the paper windmills that you used to make when you were a kid. Then we have Bilberry, which is Clarity, so we have the magnifying glass. Then we have Cleanse, where there's bubbles all over it, and that's Colt's Foot. We have Communication, so we have a quill and an ink bottle for St. John's Wort. We have Compassion, which is Marshmallow. Never knew there was a plant called marshmallow. And Compassion has the hands reaching out. We have Courage, Motherwort. And we have the, you know, lions, like on a shield that you have in England. Crest. Then we have Creativity, Ginger, which has a light bulb. We have Desire, which has the magic wishing lamp, and that is Damiana. We have Detox, which is Dandelion, and we have a bowel in the background, which sounds creepy, but it doesn't look too bad actually. We have Dreams, Californian Poppy, and that has the moon symbol in the background. We have Endurance, which is Ginseng, that has like a little pocket watch. I love the vintagey feel to the imagery as well. It's really lovely. Then we have Enthusiasm, Dill, and that is like the spark, you know, like a shooting star. That's what it looks like to me. So Enthusiasm. Then we have Expansion, which is Ephedra, and that's like the branches of a tree in the background. Then we have Flow, Ginkgo, and that's like the water symbol. Just look at the beautiful artwork. She's very talented. Then we have Focus, which is Brahmi, and that has binoculars. Then we have freedom, which is mugwort, and we have the cage with the open door. Then we have sage, guidance, and we have the lighthouse. We have harmony, where we have, I can't remember what this geometric symbol is, but I do know it's like the answer to the fundamental questions of Earth, right? I just can't remember the name of it. But this is hawthorn, and again, this is another one that's in the Ogham divination, so I'll check whether the meanings are similar or the same. Then we have cannabis, healing, which has got a bandage on the back. Then we have meditation, skull cap, and we have like clouds floating through. Then we have open, which is yarrow, and I think yarrow is in the arm as well. I'll have to double check that one. But it has the key to open any door. Then we have progress, L campaign, I think that's how you say it. Don't actually know that flower. And it's got a ladder, so climbing up the ladder, progressing. Then we have echinacea, and it's protection, and you have the lock. We have burdock, purification, and then we have like the smoke of some herb bundle, probably sage. Then we have turmeric, which is radiate. We have the sun in the background with its radiating rays. Beautiful. Then we have lemon balm, which is reflection, and we have a mirror. We have comfrey or comfrey, repair, and we have a little spanner. We have slippery elm, which is soothe, and we have a nice cup of tea. There's nothing more soothing than a nice cup of tea. And then the last one, which is number 36, we have guarana, stimulate, and it has the little brain in the background. So it's stimulating your thought processes, possibly. So I really like the imagery on these. I like the feel of the card in my hands as well. I'll try shuffling it, and now, as I said, I will probably consider quite strongly to trim these down just a little bit. I think I will use, I've got some sepia permanent ink as well. I might use that to keep in when I ink the sides. I keep that sort of in that vintagey sort of colour, or maybe green might pick up, or maybe even that rosy red colour. Anyway, I'll do a quick card pull and read you the meaning. Give it well, that one wants to come out. So then we have creativity, which is ginger, and it's number 14, and I opened up to the page immediately. That is bizarre. 14, creativity, ginger, zingiber officinale. I'm not really good at the botanical names, but anyway. Oracle meanings. Follow your instincts. There is a strong potential in something you are associated with or thinking about connecting to at this moment. Inspirations, ideas and confirmation should be coming through, and this is also the start of something new that will have a lasting positive effect. A breakthrough is also indicated, so whatever you do to keep the momentum or restart it with any project or work or personal challenge you are currently undertaking. It is also a great time to immerse yourself in creativity and art, whether doing it yourself or being an appreciator and supporter. Botanical description. Native to India and South Asia, ginger is a herbaceous perennial that grows to about 1 metre, 3.3 feet in height. The flowers are pale yellow with a purple lip and form on a flowering head. Pseudostems appear from the rhizome each year along with blade-shaped leaves. I'll have to look up what pseudostems are and rhizomes are. I have no idea. Ginger has a branched rhizome with a brown outer layer and a pale inner centre. Magical correspondences, uses: creation, courage, healing, love, money, success, increasing magic and sex. Deities: Helios, Sol, Sanu, Mars, Aries. Planets: Mars and Sun. So I'm an Aries rising, so this is probably one of my guiding plants, I would say. Signs: Leo, Aries, Scorpio and Sagittarius. Element: fire. A ginger creativity spell. Ginger will provide a boost in power and speed for any magical workings. It can make things come to fruition or conclusion and is a very good way to ensure success. If carried on your person, a piece of ginger will ensure protection and good health. Love and passion spells that focus on heating things up between people work well with ginger. This spell will open up creative abilities and boost your intuition. Gather together 1 teaspoon of grated fresh ginger root, 1 slice of lemon, a beautiful teacup, boiling water, a piece of orange paper, pen with gold ink. Place the grated ginger and lemon slice into the teacup and pour in the boiling water and say, "Aliven and awaken the fires of creation." Drink the mixture, leaving a tiny bit in the bottom. On the orange paper, write down with the gold pen the words you spoke. Bury the paper outside under a fruit tree or under a vegetable patch and water it with the dregs of your tea. How lovely is that? What a simple spell as well. Really lovely. As I said, I do love the imagery. I do love the backing. Yeah, I think I'm going to be happy with these, and they shuffle quite well, given even given their size, right? Because they're quite shiny and they're quite slippery. So that may, I know sometimes they end up going everywhere when I try and shuffle, but they're actually not. They're shuffling quite well. Anyway, that is my overview of the Magical Herbal Oracle. For those of you that are maybe wanting to have a look at them before you purchase, I will let you know in another video later on down the track how I end up using them in my practice. Anyway, take care and I'll see you at the next video. Bye.